Hi, beautiful. Welcome to Spiritually Beautiful's podcast, where we discuss self-healing, self-love, and alignment. So today's discussion is about letting people go, whether it's your family or friends, if they are toxic or if they are just unaligned with you and your growth. So we're going to get right to it, into it, how I do. And I'm a little tired, so yeah, I'm about to go ahead and go through this. As always, I will have an affirmation. The affirmation will be at the end of the discussion. I'm going to try to keep this on topic and just give examples and, reasoning for the topic. I'm not going to get too personal because, in situations like this, I don't want to just discuss a situation that I actually was in. So I'm discussing that person. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. It's not about that. I've gotten over that. So I'm just here to give my message and we're going to go from there. So basically, it's like when you start healing, your energy shifts. You begin to crave peace, honesty, and love that feels like light. It feels like a feather. It's not heavy, it's not dramatic, and it's not draining. So you don't want anything that drains you in your presence. And some people drain you. It could be family, it could be friends, and they drain you because you're not aligned anymore. You're growing and they're still there. And I'm not saying this like that's anything bad, because anybody growing, anybody learning, anybody healing, everybody has a different journey. So I'm not saying anything negative about that person, but you know where you are on your spiritual life, and if you need to move on, go ahead and move on, because you do have to protect your peace. So people may look at it like you're being funny or you're being rude. No, that's not what it is. It doesn't even have to be anything negative. Just explain to them, I need my peace, I'm healing, I need some time to myself, I'm going through something, whatever the case may be, however you word it, very polite, full of respect. But if they do not respect it, then that just lets you know right there, go ahead and cut them off. It's cool, you can do that. Because at the end of the day, you don't need anybody disrupting your peace, because that's really what they're doing. If they're trying to make the fact that you're growing something negative, just go ahead and cut them off. Because as soon as you cut somebody off anyway, that's no good for you, the person that's for you or somebody else that's for you will come into your life. That's a fact. That has always happened to me. But I want you to ask yourself, who's in your life that no longer aligns with you, and they don't align with where you're headed. Okay. Look at who drains you and who fills you. You remember in the other video, I was saying that you don't want to keep pouring into people until you're empty and you have no more left, and that person you've been pouring into cannot pour back into you. You don't need to be around people like that. You need to be around somebody that you can basically recycle the energy with. You don't want anybody draining you and just leaving you high and dry. And they've taken all of your energy, and that's what they call basically a energy vampire. All right. So I know that was short and sweet, but the affirmation is: I release anyone who disrupts my peace. My energy is sacred, and I only allow what aligns with my highest self. So repeat it until you feel it, and then you'll live it. And protecting your peace is how your spirit truly blossoms anyway. You want to blossom, you want to grow, you want to be just to feel beautiful, that energy to feel good. And in order to do that, you have to grow. But you cannot grow around someone that is toxic or unaligned. And protecting your peace is not disrespect. It's more like self-respect, divine self-respect at that. You have to respect yourself before anything. That's where those boundaries come in at. And it's like sometimes people feel like they're disconnecting from you, or you're disconnecting from them, and they may not understand your peace and your boundaries or your new way of thinking. And that's perfectly fine, because your journey is about alignment, not approval, not what this person thinks about you, because what, you're not a people pleaser. So basically, I think I said basically 4 times, y'all. I'm so sorry. I told you I was sleepy. I'm about to go ahead and go to sleep. I'm gonna cut this short, but yeah, practice that affirmation. Again, it is: I release anyone who disrupts my peace. My energy is sacred, and I only allow what aligns with my highest self. And just continue to say that. If you need to get people out of your life, if you need to, and you don't even have to just let them go. It don't have to be nothing like that. Anything can happen. They could be the ones who just drift off and want to not talk to you no more. Let them, baby, let them. That way you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So everything happens for a reason, and don't stick around anybody that makes you feel, less than. That person needs to go anyway. So yeah, it is very, very important to protect your peace, even from friends and family. But all right, until next time, y'all, choose love, choose peace, and choose yourself, because you're worth it. Mwah.